Hi folks, and welcome to Dutch Cooking. Today we're doing these Korean inspired lamb ribs. It's Dutch oven, cast iron cooking or live fire cooking, or you're just here for the recipes. Don't forget to subscribe. So we're using the brick built stove again with charcoal. We're just putting this cast iron roaster on. We've got one chopped onion. We're just using this onion as a trivet so we can lay the lamb ribs on. Got one rack of lamb ribs. All I've done is taken the membrane off from the inside. I've done nothing else on. I've left the little bit of the belly skirt on. To this I've got 2 cups of chicken stock. This is just 1 cup of Korean sauce. This is just a store-bought sauce. Got 2 tablespoons of soya sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of honey, got a 1/4 inch piece of ginger I've just cut up into matchsticks. I've got 1 red chilli that I've sliced up and removed the seeds and also cut into matchsticks. One handful of coriander. I'm not going to bother chopping this or doing anything with it. It's just going to go straight in the pot. Just going to mix all the ingredients in together, make sure the stock's equally flavoured. So now we're just going to top up with some hot water. We want to 3/4 cover these lamb ribs. Get a final stir. I'm just pushing it down to make sure all the air is out from underneath the ribs. Just got a nice simmer going on here. And that's what we're looking for. So we're going to pop the lid on and we're going to let this simmer away for 2 hours. After an hour I did turn these lamb ribs over. So this is after our 2 hours of cooking. You see the bones have pulled back. There's a lot of fat come out of these ribs. But the smell is amazing. So I'm just going to get the ribs out of this pot. Just going to drain them. You can see the bones falling out there. So I've just put a barbecue grate on our brick built stove. And put the ribs straight on. I've put them meat side down to begin with, and we'll get some colour on. As you can see, the bones just pull out. So this is just some of our Korean sauce. I've just added a little bit of water just to let it down a little bit. We're going to paint it onto the bone side first. The reason I didn't put it onto the meat side first, I want to get a little bit of caramelisation on the meat without burning the sugars in the sauce. So now we're going to give these a turn over. You can see we're starting to get some char marks on them. Now we'll give this a good basting with our Korean sauce. So now we're going to flip these back onto the meat side and see if we can caramelise this Korean sauce a little bit. Let's get some colour on now. I think these ribs are done. We'll get them off onto a board. So I'm just going to cut a rib out of here. Just some cartilage bone to cut through there. Now these ribs were nice, moist and juicy. $1 million question, would I do them again? No, they're not for me. They're too fatty, even though we did render a lot of the fat out. They're too fatty and greasy for me. If you like what we're doing here with Dutch Cooking, please subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell.